I am now a live funded trader with Topstep. They finally decided to take my account live into a live funded account, not sim. I am now in the live markets with Topstep after having a consistent period of trading. I'm going to go over everything that I learned, how I became a live funded trader with Topstep, everything that I did and actions that I took along the way to help me get to this point. But guys, first thing is first. A lot of you guys have asked me, where's my Discord? Why is my Discord link broken? Well, guys, I have now officially opened up my Discord. You can get the link down in the description below. You can join up in this channel, in this Discord channel. I'm going to give you free levels. It's all free. I'm not charging you a penny. I'm going to give you free daily levels on what I'm looking for in the market. So if you want to get those, be sure to click that link down in the description to join up on the Discord. And guys, remember, I go live. I am taking a small break from being live, but I will be back live streaming right here on YouTube where you can watch me trade the NASDAQ in front of you, where I go, I have my green days, my red days, my full tilt moments, everything that entails trading the NASDAQ. I'm going to do it live right here in front of you guys. So if you want to catch that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And one last thing before we get into the video, smash that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. It tells YouTube, hey, I kind of like this guy. He's putting out He's putting out good content, and I want to see more of it. So smash that like button. Let's get into the video, man. First thing is first, what helps me get into a live funded account with Topstep? First things first is that, one, I sized down. I came to the understanding that I did not need to trade minis. I didn't need to trade minis. I only traded micros. And in fact, I only traded 3 to 6 micros at a time. I would start an entry with 3. And if the trade went my way, I would add another 2 or 3 or whatever, right? And I would capitalize on the momentum that I caught on the trade. And then my stop losses, I only took a stop loss with my original entry. I never added to losers, right? And so this allowed me to take, one, really good trades because I could allow for a little bit more drawdown, right? I could allow for drawdown trading those micros, but it allowed me to get consistent gains. And I'm going to flash a little screenshot of my month. This month right here in this video, you can see that I have been very consistent with some nice profits, small base hits, right? I've had some good days. One fairly large comparison to my other winners, one fairly large losing day, but hey, that happens. But you can see overall this month, I've been very, very consistent. And I owe that all to trading micros and sizing down and really trading within my emotional capital along with my actual capital I'm trading with in the account. So that allowed me to really get consistency. The next thing that I focused on was, alongside of trading micros, I only found 1 to 2 trades a day that I would take. I noticed in my trading journal that if I took more trades that I was losing money. And so I really only focused on taking 1 to 2 trades a day. And that still allowed me to make $300 to $500 a day. And that's trading 3 to 6 micros, taking 1 to 2 trades a day. And guys, $300 to $500 a day, that's really all you need. Think about how much you make at your 9 to 5. If you do work a 9 to 5, how much do you make there on an 8-hour day? On a regular 8-hour shift, how much would you make, right? And so that $300 to $500 a day, that is more than enough, right? That is more than enough, especially if you have other sources of income, right? And trading's not really just solely your only source of income. $300 to $500 a day is perfect. Like, it's a really good sweet spot, especially for like a trading a prop firm where you don't have like a huge account, right? And you have a minimum amount of drawdown. You just really got to focus on building that buffer and taking small base hits and taking those small gains. And you can, that just really not only propelled me forward as a trader and helped me focus on taking the best entries that I could possibly find, but again, along with trading micros, it helped me find consistency because I was really being selective on the trades that I took. You know, before, when I started trading, I would take like 5, 10, 15, 20 trades a day, right? And, you know, I came to understanding that the market only presents really a good couple A+ setups that really make sense to take, right? And so when I focused purely on taking 1 to 2 trades a day and find those good setups, that's when the consistency came along with sizing down. So definitely recommend really just taking a step back, focusing on those 1 to 2 trades. Don't think you have to take several trades a day, because you don't. The next thing I want to get into, and I kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, was I added to my winners and I did not add to my losers. That means on my original entries, I could withstand a larger drawdown, right? I could take a little bit of heat on my trades because I was only entering with three micro contracts. And so I could withstand a 20 to 30 point stop loss and it not phase me, right? Sometimes I'd even go a 40 to 50 point stop loss and it didn't phase me. But my gains were far beyond what I would have lost if it were to be a 40 or 50 point stop loss, because I always added to my winners, right? And even my winners would be sometimes a 50 point move, right? And so I would add to those winners, whether I added, 2 to 3 more contracts on top of my 3 that I originally entered with. So I'd have 5 to 6 contracts, right? I would add to the winners and let the winners go. And then I would take off a certain amount of contracts at a certain level. And then I would let a couple of contracts go for a runner, right? And so I'd always try to capitalize on as much of the profit as I possibly could and get as much as the move as I possibly could by letting a runner go and then just trailing my stop loss up with it in profit, so I didn't lose money on those last 2 runners, right? So with never adding to a loser, I only tripled or quadrupled my profits versus what I would have lost, right? What I made quadrupled the amount I would have lost. And so I think if you switch to that model and that mindset, that's where you really start to find consistency and actually making money, because again, you're capitalizing on making more and losing less. And I think that's super important to understand. The next thing also, I did kind of touch on this earlier when I was talking about $300, $400, $500 a day, right? When I came to this is the next point, when I came to understanding that that's all I needed, again, that helps me focus on those 1 to 2 trades a day. That helped me focus on sizing down. I didn't feel like I needed to size up because I knew that I can make $300 to $400 to $500 a day trading 3 to 6 micros, right? And that's all I needed, because I have other sources of income. I don't rely on trading as my only source of income. I think everybody that trades should have another source, because trading can be difficult at sometimes, because there are those seasons where you lose, right? You're not always winning. And I think focusing on the fact that I'm okay with $300, $400, $500 a day. That's all I need. That's really all I need. And I just let that stack up over time. Guys, that adds up. If you think about it now, consider if you just take $500 a day, right? And just say, I know this is not realistic and it's not going to happen. You're probably going to have a red day, but let's just say you didn't, right? And you're making close to $500. That's nearly 10K a month, right? Even if you take 3 or 4 red days and you minimize those red days, you're still making 6 to 8 whatever K, right? And so that $500 a day, 300, 400, 500, they add up over time. That's something I really noticed when I took a step back and I was focusing on quality and taking smaller size. That's what I started to notice. Like for a solid week, I was making, 2, 3, 4, sometimes $500 a day. And I got to the end of the week and I was like, wow, I made $2,000 this week. What happens if I do this for the rest of the month? That's $8,000, right? When I had that realization, I did not feel the need to size up to make more and get greedy. I only focused on what I knew I could do, and focusing on that has helped me. Now, one thing I do want to say, the only difference in going from $300 to $400 a day to $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000 a day is the size you take on the trades. It's not in the quantity of trades that you take. You can take 1 to 2 trades a day, focus on the exact same strategies, exact same trades that you would normally take. The only difference is the size. You can still focus on that 1 to 2 trades a day and have larger size, and that's where you get to that $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a day. It's not in the amount of trades. You don't need to make 10 to 15 different trades, right? Because chances are you're going to lose money. I've noticed that in my journaling. The more trades I took, the more money I lost, right? And so the only difference there is the size that you make on the trades that you take. So keep that in mind. And one last thing, keeping it in my head that there's all the time in the world to be a trader. There's all the time. The market's going nowhere. The day that the market stops moving is the day that the world ends, right? The market's not ever going to stop. The market's always going to be here for us to trade. So there is no rush to make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 this month when I have the rest of my life to focus on being a good trader and making more and more and more money, right? Focus on the process. Focus on being a good trader. Get yourself in a good mental and emotional spot to be a trader. The money will come after that, right? There is no hurry. I found that if you hurry, you blow it. I've noticed that on a lot of combines that I take, even XFAs with Topstep, actual like accounts, live funded accounts, that if I rushed the process, I blew it. It was over with. I was done for. I knew that I would blow the account. But the moment that I stopped rushing and realized I have all the time in the world is where, again, along with everything else that I mentioned in this video, it helped me find consistency, right? And so All of these things that I just touched on is what's helped me get into a live funded account with Topstep. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do all of these things, or some of these things may not work for you. You may want to take those 3 to 5 trades a day, or you may want to have, trade the minis instead of micros, whatever suits you best as a trader, right? What matters is you. Your trading personality is different than my trading personality. So what I say in this video may not necessarily work best for you, but this is what worked for me. And I would encourage you to actually try some of the things that I mentioned in this video, because I think it will really help you propel forward and gain consistency in your trading. So with that said, guys, I hope you like this kind of content. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe, and remember, my Discord is now live. So if you want to get in that Discord, smash that link down in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.